Low calorie, low fat. Now that is something we can all sink our teeth into, right? I'm Mark Silverstein, and right now, Geoff Tracy, better known as Chef Geoff, one of DC's best chefs, has just that for us. Low calorie, low fat, but most of all, it's really, really tasty. Geoff Tracy of Chef Geoff's here in Tyson's. What are we making today?
We're gonna make a beautiful spinach and strawberry salad. It's gonna have a little almond vinaigrette on it, and we're gonna top it with seared scallops. Very, very healthy dish.
Now we talk about low cal, low carb. I mean, it can have flavor. I mean, that doesn't mean we have to suffer.
This salad is actually the best-selling salad in all my restaurants. It is just super popular. It's just fresh. It's people see spinach and they're like, that's gonna be healthy, but they're just, the reason they keep ordering it is because it tastes really good.
All right, now we have somebody here who's going to keep us in line, also our sous chef. This is Dr. Christy Teal. She's the director of the Breast Care Center at the George Washington University Medical Faculty Associates.
What I love about this recipe is it's healthy, it's colorful. Anything that's colorful, you know is healthy. You're getting lots of vitamins and nutrients. It's got spinach, it's got strawberries, and then it's got these low-fat, high-protein scallops that are going to keep you full all day.
Technically, you would prescribe this as a meal?
I would for any of my patients, for sure.
One of the nice elements about this dish is that there's a little bit of sweetness coming both from the strawberries but also from the almond brittle. Very rarely do I get to have doctors as sous chefs.
This is pretty high-end,
So
huh?
I'll keep her away from the knife. Okay?
Pretty good with the knife,
All right,
I'll tell
good.
Yeah, you're also a surgeon, right?
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take some sliced almonds, and if you just throw those in the bowl, and I'll just show you how easy this is. And this is some honey. We're going to add that in.
So almonds, honey.
So it's almonds, honey, and then we're going to take just a little bit of salt as well and throw that in there. We're going to mix it all around.
Kosher salt I'm taking, or sea
salt? It is
salt?
kosher salt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Always tastes better when you go with the kosher salt or the sea salt.
Yeah,
right?
sort of the iodized stuff out of the jar. I don't know, it just doesn't taste very good. It provides the same saltiness ultimately, but so obviously a very talented sous chef as well.
Well, it's not easy to mix honey around.
She's doing a great job.
Love it.
So what we're going to do is then you're just going to get like a cookie sheet, a sheet tray. I got a little bit of parchment on it. I'm going to just spray it so that we can get this stuff off. Just a little canola spray.
And what is it that we're making here? This is
almond brittle.
Almond brittle.
You could.
Simple.
It's sort of savory, sweet, delicious. Try to get it into a basic thin layer. This is great. You're doing great work.
So this gives it a little more. This gives it some texture ultimately, right?
The
dish. And flavor.
And flavor. There's almost no calories in the onions, the strawberries, and the spinach. This adds a little bit of sustenance to the dish along with the scallops, and
crunch.
And the crunch is just a really good element. So we'll take that.
Well, that's very easy.
So that was very easy. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to just put this in an oven for maybe at a real low temperature, like 250 degrees, because the nuts will burn if it's too warm, for about 20 minutes. All right, real simple.
All right, brittle's made.
Now we're going to make the vinaigrette. All right. So when I designed this recipe, I actually made it. So a typical vinaigrette has 3 parts oil, 1 part vinegar. And I actually reduced it. I made it so that it's only 2 parts oil, 1 part vinegar. So the ratio is even healthier in this particular dish. So this would be considered sort of a low-fat vinaigrette.
Wonderful.
All right, so what we've got is we've got some muscat vinegar, and we got a little honey to add a little sweetness to it. And then I've got the two different oils. We've got a canola oil, just kind of a neutral canola oil, and then we've got an almond oil that goes in there as well, and the almond oil is going to give it a lot of flavor.
Ties in the whole almond crunch thing.
And then sort of taking up the spot of some of that oil, I've got a little bit of apple juice in there as well.
So how did all of these play off each other in the vinaigrette?
Well, you're going to really get the almond flavor coming through, and you're going to get the sweetness of the apple juice as well, and then you're going to get the sort of nice, sort of sour you know, again, it's sort of the sherry flavor in the Moscato. Very nice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
We're gonna put a little bit of salt in there. We're gonna crank a bunch of pepper, fresh cracked pepper.
Again, how much salt and pepper? A little.
Again,
That was hardly any salt.
you really don't need a lot of salt in this. You can season the salad at the end. You know, if you want to sort of get it, if you want to get it to the flavor that you really wanted. If you like sort of extra pepper or something like that. Tasting?
Oh, I love the almond.
Yeah,
oh, I guess
perfect.
you're not supposed to stick your finger
Well,
in.
you're normally not supposed to stick your
normally.
finger up,
It
but that's
never
okay.
happens. It
It never happens in a professional kitchen.
I'm sorry, you see what happens in my kitchen.
But you can taste sort of that almond flavor sort of coming right through.
I'll do it the proper way in case they want to edit the finger in there. Oh, I love
That's
the
really
almond.
terrific. Yeah.
All right, so we'll go ahead and put that aside, and then we'll start on the scallops.
Yeah, I mean, these are nice-sized
They're
scallops.
phenomenal.
Yeah, so these would be sort of North Atlantic scallops. They're essentially day boat scallops, completely dry. You can buy both dry and wet scallops. Wet scallops mean they pumped something into it. That something is like water and preservative. Wet is bad when it comes to scallops. You want dry scallops. These are probably 2 ounces a piece, and we're going to use 3 for the salad. But you can use smaller scallops. And again, you can substitute other seafood in this dish. So if you want to do shrimp, you could do shrimp. So I've got a pan going and try to get it nice and hot. We're gonna really sear these scallops, get a nice golden brown color on it, and we're gonna just season them.
At home, do people generally season their stuff enough?
No, not according to me, having eaten in my mom's always under seasoned. I'm like more pepper or a little more salt. Let's get some more flavor in there.
Well, I would never want to cook for you.
Jeff's mom.
Yeah, she does.
Could you imagine?
She does good cooking though. We're gonna go ahead and do a little of the canola spray. Get the scallops right on there, and we'll cook those. And it'll take about 3 minutes aside. So here we are. Going to go ahead and flip the scallops.
Ooh.
Hello.
Sit high.
And that's good flavor. That's flavor.
Yeah, that. And so once we've sort of flipped the scallops, and quite frankly, in this thing, if you wanted to just focus on making sure the scallops were cooked all the way through, you don't have to kind of finish up everything. The scallops, you can leave them sort of. And they don't have to be super hot when they go on the salad. Room temperature is great if you're doing this for a group of people. You can sear them all off. You can sear the scallops. You can kind of put them on a sheet tray and finish them off in the oven. If you have like a large group of people, if you're cooking for 10 people and you're going to need to cook 30 scallops, well, you're not going to have a pan that's going to be able to do all those scallops. So what you can do is kind of sear them, put them on a sheet tray, and you can slide them. You could do that an hour in advance, and then just sort of finish them and warm them up in the oven.
You're using a pure canola spray, but it avoids putting too much oil.
Right. I mean, again, it's a very, very cost-effective way. Oil's expensive in the kitchens. You don't want to waste oil and just put a bunch of extra virgin olive oil. Super expensive. You just don't want that waste, and you don't really need the extra calories. It's not really doing anything. It's not. I mean, most of it's going to get dumped out in the pan. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit. Really just time to assemble the salad. We're going to take a little bit of our vinaigrette. I've got some baby spinach over here.
Not a lot of salad dressing.
No, you don't need a lot.
You
don't want to drown the greens. You want everything to be kind of very fresh tasting. We're going to take some of our strawberries.
Beautiful.
Depending on the time of year, it can be strawberries. It can be
strawberries. You could use pears. You could use pineapple in this dish, and it would be really kind of bright and fun. I've also got some cipollini onions. Again, this is sort of a fancy small onion that we've roasted. Again, you can use regular onions that you can just sort of saute up and just kind of get nice and sort of soft. These are kind of cooked through, but they're pretty.
Now you roasted those in olive oil, or?
I just toss them with a little bit of olive oil with their skins. Roasted them in the oven until they were sort of soft. And how long you roast them for? You know, again, maybe 350 degrees for about an hour to roast them. Then you just peel them. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the scallops are done now. So we'll just turn that sucker off.
I'm hungry.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and put our beautiful brittle in.
Oh, I love it.
And you can really see you can really see how colorful it is and how pretty it is. So we'll just kind of mix this salad up. Put just a little more pepper on the salad. And you know, all these strawberries and the onions, if you can kind of put them on top, you know, you're sort of making the salad nice and pretty.
Now that's good. That's a lot. This is a lot of stuff. That's a big serving, right?
Yeah, this is this is dinner. This is not. This is this is great on the patio. Great outside.
It's perfect. You don't need any carb with this.
No, you don't. You really don't, and you will be very full after eating this. I mean, these are beautiful.
Scallops have a lot of protein.
It's one of those dishes that's they're just so low in calories and so high in protein. I mean, it's great. It's I don't really want to describe it as diet food because I mean it is truly delicious, but it's really good for you.
Don't tell people that.
Yeah. No, we won't tell anybody. We won't tell anybody.
You don't put it on the low fat, low carb menu.
All right, should we dig in?
Yeah.
Let's dig in. Go.
Yeah. So here.
See, I love when you can just break it with a fork. To me, that is.
Get everything
Heaven.
on there, huh?
Yeah, it's
Gotta get it all.
Oh.
And you know, sometimes people complain that their scallops are rubbery.
Oh, those are phenomenal.
These are not rubbery. So just a lot of fresh flavors in there. Real simple.
Oh.
How is it? What do you think?
The flavors, and I love the dressing. It's just the right amount.
I like it. Oh, we'll finish it.
The doctor, you prescribed this.
It's delightful.